Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Roy from Cacao Rapaz. I am from Guatemala, and now we start to talk about some things in terms of the physical evaluation and making liquor here in Cacao Rapaz enterprise. Okay. I will try to speak in English because my main language is the Spanish. Thank you very much for your passion, and sorry for that. Now I am here in home. Unfortunately, this is emergency here in Guatemala. We are in home, staying home. It's not possible to go to the associations or to the field or to the office to do something over there, but we are connecting in home. Okay, I am Roy Frats. I am part of Cacao Rapaz in Guatemala, Central America. I am the technical and field manager of the enterprise. Cacao Rapaz is part of Uncommon Cacao in the United States of America. We work together. Here in Guatemala, we connect smallholders, cacao producers, associations, and some big farms to chocolate makers in Europe and United States. Now we are working in all the country, but specifically in the north zone of Guatemala, the La Chua region, Cabon region, and the south coast, and the Polo Chic region too. And now, today, we talk about some things in terms of the quality. Cacao Rapaz give technical assistance and workshop trainings in terms of post-harvesting process, specific topics like fermentation and drying, or quality, transparent trade, traceability. We give all this information and topics in all the associations in 1 year. And now we work with 6 smallholders associations and with 2 single state farms in Guatemala. And now we are a little worried with this emergency, but we have a lot of faith to do the things in home to keep the work and to keep the business working well. Okay, I think the sound is good. You are okay. Can you hear me? Yeah, I think it's okay. Sounds. Previously, I prepared some things yesterday to have more time today to do other things. We start with the evaluation on field, the physical evaluation on raw cacao beans. We use beans, fermented and dried beans, to do this assessment because we need to know which one or how is the quality, physical and sensory quality with some associations with their beans. Okay, we start to measuring the moisture content with this hydrometer. The goal for us is the cacao between 6.5 to 7.5 is a good moisture or humidity. Now I will use these beans. Those beans come from La Chua region. It's important to start to see this moisture because if the moisture is so high, it's necessary to keep for more time on the drying decks, priorly to do other evaluations. Which one is the protocol in terms of the post-harvesting process of the fermentation or drying? Depends of the region, depends of the sun and the many factors, the weather factors and the environmental factors, the genetic of the cacao, the size of the cacao, the sugar content of the cacao, all those factors is necessary to take in account to do a fermentation process. For example, in the Latour region, we have a specific protocol. We put the cacao previously, the wet cacao, to drain before the start of the fermentation process, one night before, and then we put in the morning in the wooden box to start the fermentation process with the anaerobic process. This process is in the first 2 days. We keep it there for 2 days, approximately is 48 hours, and then we do the first turning to pass the cacao for the other empty wooden box. Keep there for 2 days more, and then we do the second turning. And if it's necessary, or depends of the season, when it's a low volume and low temperatures, we need to do 3 turnings each 48 hours, and then 2 more turnings each 24 hours for all the processes between 7 to 8 days. When it's the high volumes and the high temperature, we use our protocol, only 2 turnings each 48 hours, and then 2 or 3 more turnings per 24 hours for 7 days. Depends of many things, but this is the average protocol we use. Okay, you can see here we have this hydrometer, and those are the beans from the Chuar region, and we put here inside of this chamber, and then we close this thing in this way. Okay, and this little tool start to measuring how much is the moisture content into the bean. In this specific is 7.1. Is a good, very good moisture, and is ready to do the next evaluation. For the next evaluation, we use this little machine or tool. We call it magra or guillotine. We put here the beans to measure or to see the fermentation rate, or to see how much or how is the fermentation. We need to see the fissuring inside of the bean, the color, and the other thing is the flavor. It is necessary to try it, or to put in the mouth to try if it's astringent or no. And we put this, in this case specifically 50 beans, raw cacao beans, we put here. We choose for this specifically evaluation, I choose cacao from the Gabon region, from one association. I say now some names, Latour region, because these associations or this cacao comes from a national, besides or very close to the national park. It's a lake. Some people or some chocolate makers from US and Europe, they met or they know it very very well. This park, and the Gabon region is the other side of the department, because Guatemala have 22 departments like states, and we are in Alta Verapaz department now. The headquarters and main office and the warehouse of Cacao Verapaz is in Coban. Coban is the main city of Alta Verapaz department. We are close to Petén and Izabal, and with the Mexican border. From here maybe 3 or 4 hours far from here. And Alta Verapaz produce at least the 30% of the cacao national production. Is very important for us, this region. And in terms of the genetic, it's very interesting because the profiles of the flavor profiles of the cacao are very nice, but are so different between some areas. It's interesting because some areas are close, relative, and taste so different. For example, Adiosmac is a association in Gabon area. They produce big beans. So the size of those beans are so huge, and it's so different between Ademayach. And these two associations, or these two villages, are separate between maybe 15 or 18 kilometers from there. Okay, now I put here the beans in this device. You can see there the 50 beans are inside now, and I close, and then I put this little thing up in the top, and I do this movement. Okay, I did it, and now I open the device, and this device cut the cacao beans, and now you can see, if it's possible, you can see inside the beans, you can see the fissures and the color. For example, this one is a well-fermented bean because you can see the fissures and the color brown, and you see it's a perfect sign. It's a good, a well-fermented bean. Now here you can see the 50 beans, and then I count how many well-fermented beans are here. I take in account only the well-fermented. The second category is the violet, and the third category is the under-fermented. The violet is, the name is because it's the color with a little fissures, and the under-fermented is flat, or it's not fissures, and is violet or purple color is the under-fermented. Okay, the well-fermented rate in this case for Ademayach, let me count. 37 means 74 because I multiplied per 2 to know the percentage. In this case is 37 beans. I multiplied per 2 and I have 74 percentage of well fermented beans. Is the and then I write that information in this thing on this paper and on field. This evaluation is always I do it on field and then I take if the fermentation rate and the moisture and the defects are into the parameters we have in Cacao Verapaz, I take a sample to the laboratory in Cacao Verapaz headquarters or office in Cobán, and then I have here some beans for the liquor making. Now I will show you how we do or we make liquor in Cacao Verapaz to the sensory evaluation, because we use this liquor, this 100% of cacao in the liquor we use for the sensory evaluation to establish the flavor profile in terms of the attributes, in terms of the defects, in terms of the stringency, bitterness, sweetness, and these things, to classify or to grading how is the cacao from the associations and to send to the chocolate makers, because we are very proud and we are concerned in terms of the quality of the beans for the chocolate makers. It's the main reason why Cacao Barra Paz give this technical assistance and workshop trainings to improve the knowledge of the farmers to have more and good quality in their association of their facilities. Okay, now I show you how we do this liquor. We have some machines. In this case, we have this Beemore. It's a coffee roaster, but we used to roast the cacao beans. We have a melanger over here. You know it very well with which one is that. And we start to weight the cacao for from the sample from the association, and we need 500 grams to make this liquor. Previously we put this cacao here. We need a little more. Okay, we have here okay, we are 500 grams of cacao here, and then one thing more, this is assorting and selected cacao beans, no sticks, no stones, no rocks or any weird material here. It's a perfect selecting sorting beans. We put in this chamber, and then we put inside of the roaster to start the roasting. Okay, we use one profile, the profile number 1, because in Cacao Barra Paz we are experimenting in the last 3 or 4 years to do the roasting, and this profile is good for us. Sorry, let me a moment. Okay, the number 1, the P1, and start with 18 minutes. And when I finish, or when I close this process, when I heard the first crack, or the first 2 or 3 cracks cracking inside of the roaster, I start the cooling process. With our beans, the main roasting during between 8 to 10 minutes, and 10 or 30 minutes more of cooling. The temperature is between, in Celsius degrees, between 140 to 160. This is the range in terms of the temperature for this profile, and for us is good, and it's the same protocol in Common Cacao they have, because we are calibrated in many things. We have the same machines, the same protocol, the same standards to do or to make many things in terms of the sensory and physical evaluation, because in common is our partner in US to keep the quality and to offer a high quality beans for chocolate makers. Okay, and then when it's finished, I take outside from the cooling, and then I roasted yesterday this cacao. It's from Adios Mac. This cacao came maybe 3 weeks ago from the association. It's very freshly cacao. And here is the, sorry. I peeling or with the cacao by hand. It's a very nice process because it's against to the stress, and sometimes a couple days ago, sorry, I did it with my son. He helped me to did it, and it was very interesting because he's 5 years old, and he put a lot of roasted cacao into the table. He dropped some beans in the floor. It was very funny. But yeah, this is the way we made here the peeling, or we put the husk or this thing over the bean, roasted bean, and the other without the husk, I put it here, and I use this little thing to smash the cacao, roasted cacao, to make nibs, and those nibs I put inside of the melanger here. Okay, we have time. We have 10 minutes more to finish. But previously I prepared some things to have more time to finish. Don't worry, I am going to stay here, but a lot of time peeling by hand the cacao. You can see now the time the roaster is very close to the 13 minutes. Start at the countdown start at 18, and now we pass for 5 minutes in the roaster. Pay attention, because in the between the minutes 8 to the 10, I think, start to do the cracking. Thank you very much for your attention, for your passion to hear me and to see me here, and thank you very much for this idea for this festival, Stay Home with Chocolate. That really is a wonderful and beautiful idea to keep us in the same channel in this extraordinary time, because we are in a not expected time now on the world, with many feelings, but we are together, we are strong to do the things well and good, because we need to keep together for the farmers, for the makers, for the traders, and all this value chain. We need to stay together, to stay in the same channel, with the same information, to do the things very well. Okay, I am finished with this peeling. Now I start to smash this. You can see Sure. And here I have this bar. I think many people like you know it very well about it. This is Dandelion chocolate. This is specifically made it with cacao from Adios Mac, the same cacao I have here, and it's delicious. Now you can hear what's the first cracking. I need chocolate. I eat a little to have more energy to finish this presentation. Very good. Okay. This chocolate I showed you is 70% of cacao from Adios Mac or Gabon region. Simply because those beans are so big, and Greg D'Alessandre from Dandelion, he called it cacao papa or cacao potato because the size is huge and like a potato. Always he's making jokes and very funny. All the makers are so funny, all the people. You see it or you hear it? Yeah, it is the third cracking. It's in the minute 9. We make all these activities for each batch or blend of cacao from each association to have the record of the quality, and we have all the traceability to give some feedback to the makers or to the association to improve the quality in associations, or to respond to give some information if some makers have concerns or have questions. But we have there in the office the record. Okay, I start with the cooling now. 15 minutes of cooling, and then we start to make a noise here with the melanger. I leave it there for 4 or 6 hours. Depends on some factors, but in average is 5 hours into the melanger to make the liquor, and then when it's finished this process, I put it here in these molds for one night, and then in the next day I take it and I put it in some plastic bags to keep it there. Previously or before sensory evaluation, we have a panel to evaluate the cacao, the liquor of cacao in the office. Terry Reese is part of this panel. Sometimes when Emily or Stasi, they are here with us, they do this sensory evaluation. Or some makers, they want to do this evaluation too. It's open to do it to some customers or some visitors. Yeah, we are very happy to have this standard to make liquor. We are maybe the first and the only enterprise or company in Guatemala with a cacao lab to making liquor, to making sensory and physical evaluations, giving technical assistance and workshop trainings in terms of the post-harvesting quality and social things too. We are proud of this enterprise, and we are proud of this movement in Guatemala and in the US. And okay, I finish it here, putting the last amount of cacao. Okay, friends, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much to be patient. If you have some questions, some information over there, you can text or to send some comments you wanted. And thank you very much for the opportunity to do this activity with you and with me here. And thank you very much, and keep safe in your homes, and always with a good things, thoughts, and good energy for your families and for you. And keep it in your mind, this information, and stay home, and thank you very much. See you soon. Bye bye.